This is Radio 4. It's 6:25.
Hello, are you Sally Grace of Weekending?
Yes, that's right.
Just thought I'd congratulate you on winning that Radio Comedy Award.
Oh.
Thoroughly deserved. Don't let it go to your head, though.
Oh, of course not. It's very kind of you, but if you'll excuse me, I've got to read the opening credits of the show.
Oh, right you are then.
Weekending, December the 4th. A look back at the week's news with the award-winning Sally Grace. Miss Grace will be assisted today by 3 performers who this week failed to win any major comedy awards. And for information purposes only, their names are David Tate, Alistair McGowan and Carla Mendonça. OK, lovies, ready to go? Come on.
Mr. Gummer?
Yes?
We're from the Jehovah's Witnesses. We really won't take much of your time, but we heard that you'd left the General Synod.
Look, I am busy, and
Do
if you
you
don't mind...
ever think to yourself, am I happy, or what does it all mean?
Well, yes, I suppose so, but I don't see that...
We're in this area to discourage you as strongly as we can from looking to the Jehovah's Witnesses to answer those questions for you. Can I ask whether you might be interested in our spiritual movement?
I'm sorry, no. As a matter of fact,
Excellent. You stick to your C of E guns. But just in case you do have any second thoughts about the Jehovah's Witnesses, would you mind perhaps taking a look at this leaflet?
all right. 10 questions and answers why you should steer completely clear of us.
That's right.
Question 1, why should I become a Jehovah's Witness?
Answer, you shouldn't, Mr. Gummer.
Look, there's absolutely no chance whatsoever of my becoming a Jehovah's Witness.
Mr. Gummer, I know God will bless you for saying that.
Good morning, and thank you for travelling with us today. Brenda at your service. Next to your armrest, you'll find a set of headphones for today's on-board video screening of The Silence of the Lambs. For your comfort, a selection of drinks and cigarettes are available from the trolley. Remember, if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to ask.
I can't breathe. I need oxygen.
Oxygen? Oh, but didn't you read your contract, Mr. Dubbs? It quite clearly states that Medicaments Express private luxury ambulances aren't equipped to carry oxygen. Oh, do stop mugging about. You'll give yourself a heart attack. Here, Tony, love, open that sunroof. There. Any better, Mr. Dubbs? Mr. Dubbs? Oh, God. Mr. Dubbs?
Hello?
Hello, is that the BBC?
Yes.
It's Stephen Hendry here. I'm ringing to say that I won't be at the Sports Personality of the Year award.
Righto.
No, you don't understand. I've decided not to come.
Yes, OK, I'll pass the message on.
No, look, I'm boycotting the event. I'm purposely staying away to make a stand. The BBC is treating snooker as a second-class sport. It's a disgrace. Last year we had only 20 seconds of footage devoted to us. I won't be...
Look, Mr. Henley, we're a bit busy at the moment. Can you call back later? Thanks, bye.
ignored.
The Channel Islands, 1940. Plucky little Jersey reels beneath the onslaught of the German jackboot.
Ah, Herr Carruthers. So, you've had a chance to reconsider our offer to collaborate with the glorious Third Reich.
Yes, you vile Hun. My answer is no. You have reckoned without the metal of a true Channel Islander.
Oh, come now, Herr Carruthers. Rupert, is there nothing I can do to induce you? This, perhaps?
It's tempting, you Nazi strumpet, but no, put that wallet away. As a true son of Jersey, I am more than capable of withstanding your Teutonic blandishments.
Really, Herr Carruthers? Have you seen one of these before? No? You have heard of it, perhaps?
You don't frighten me. What is it, a deportation order?
No, Rupert, it is more serious than a deportation order. Far more serious. It is an income tax demand.
Oh,
They
no.
all crack eventually, Helga. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, at this, the inaugural BAFTA Advertising Awards, the nominations for the most memorable performance in a commercial are...
Thingamy, you know, him with the funny face who played opposite, what's her name? Doodah, the chap who used to be in that programme. Oh, you know, the one with the old people. So-and-so, you know, the woman who always plays Jewish mama roles, and, oh, gosh, what's he called? You'd know him if you saw him.
And the winner is...
Whatchamacallit? The woman who always plays Jewish mama roles for her series of ads for, it's on the tip of my tongue. Communications, telly,
Mercury.
That's right, Mercury. Tell us, Thingamy, what is it like to be so well known?
In her first week as a taxpayer, the Queen claims a rebate for the tax years 1703 to 1938.
Students at Trent University working on the first virtual reality catwalk say they're delighted with their success now that one computer model has asked to make a Keep Fit video.
And Richard Rogers is asked to plan the new Shanghai development and says he'll just scribble down the first thing that comes outside his head. Here, has the editor spiked my story? You know, the one about Venezuela.
Venezuela? Venezuela.
Yeah.
Remind me.
You know, the analysis of the coup, the vast oil wealth that allowed an illusory stability, the free market economy that brought temporary growth at the expense of living standards for the majority.
Corruption and rip-offs cushioning the rulers from the effects of their policies. Yeah. Oh, that was Venezuela, was it? Oh.
Yeah.
How many times have I told you, mark your copy, foreign news?
This week, Norman Lamont faced the gravest charge that can be levelled at a public figure. Possession of champagne. He isn't the first, and he won't be the last.
I have a very successful meeting with Herr Hitler. I bring peace for our time. Not bad, eh? Let's crack open the bubbly.
Champagne? The Prime Minister's got champagne!
Mr. Churchill!
And Mansell has done it. He's won the race and he's won the World Championship. But what's this? He's got out a bottle of champagne. He's spraying it everywhere. Oh, dear, his reputation will be in tatters. There's no way Williams will take him back now. Poor Nigel Mansell, what a simple mistake.
I named this chef.
Oh, my God, look at Fergie. She's holding a bottle of Moe.
Please, no! Champagne, they told me it was sparkling cider. Oh, please, no photos. Oh, God, think of the kids.
The lesson is clear. If you're buying a drink for someone special this week, buy table wine. It's much safer, and most cabinet ministers don't know the difference anyway.
Nurse, I think you've given me someone else's baby.
Oh, now, let's not be silly. What makes you say that?
I haven't had mine yet.
Mrs. Potts Gently of Mandela Villas?
Actually, no, lovies. I'm here in her place.
I see. So you're her authorised Hampstead election proxy?
Proxy? Her understudy, if you please. Poor lamb, taken ill at the last moment. Nodules, just terrible. But fear not, I've waited years for this chance. Years spent avidly studying her fine voting technique. Until now, the moment I've longed for. I promise you'll not be disappointed.
Right, fine. Now you'll find voting booth A
But first, I'd just like to say one thing. Glenda, lovey, if you're out there listening right now, this one's for you, darling.
Just a sec. Are you sure all this is above board? How can we be certain that you're not, in fact, part of some wider electoral fraud, elaborately planned to ensure victory for Miss Glenda Jackson?
Zoons! The critical knives are out for me already. Exit poll stage left in tears.
Oh, blast.
The head of the Data Protection Agency, Minister.
I was going to call you.
Yes, I know, Minister.
About these appalling breaches in computer
security, right.
I was only saying in a highly confidential memo to the PM, these banking systems are leaking like a sieve.
I know.
How long before we get Norman's inside leg measurement splashed across the tabloids?
23.5 inches.
What?
Nothing.
I mean, the fact is, it can't go on. And if you're not up to the job, I'll just have to find someone who is.
That's big talk.
I beg your
From a man with your credit rating.
Well, now, that's...
And payments still due on the Matrix Churchill shares?
Oh, well, now, I can explain. Not for me, of course. No, indeed. No, not for me. For a friend. Yes, for a friend. Not that sort of friend, of course. No. Ooh, never.
I must say, Julia, you've done absolute wonders with this place.
Well, it was a bit of a struggle, wasn't it, Jeremy?
I'll say, yes. When we came here, this place was well, I don't know. What would you call it, darling?
Well, I suppose you'd call it a 4-bedroom detached mansion, ensuite bathrooms, half an acre of land, and a kitchen the size of an M&S food department.
Crikey. You see, I just wouldn't know where to start with something like that. I really wouldn't.
Well, we split it into 7 bedsits, ripped out the bidets, put a loo out back, and the in-laws helped us build a waste disposal site on the tennis court.
Oh, how clever.
We saw it in a magazine.
And we live under the stairs, and the kids are in the kennel.
Marvellous. Now, let's be honest. You can tell little old moi. What's it worth?
About the same as a 1-bedroom flat in Hartlepool.
In language we can all understand, darlings, please.
Band A.
Oh, how marvellous.
I'm joined now by Nicholas McMahon, the remarkable 4-year-old who this week gained a place at Brunel University. Hello, Nicholas.
Hello.
Well, Nicholas, I suppose the question all of Britain is asking, if you're so clever, why did you choose Brunel?
Gascoigne, he's going for it.
It's there!
the first one we've seen in Italy, and what a beauty it was. Lovely ball, more pear-shaped than round, really. Tucked nicely into the cornea, and when the time was right, Gascoigne released the tear almost with nonchalance right into the path of his cheek. Little dink, I believe, from Gazza's fingertip was enough, and you just don't give that kind of tear that kind of room. Down the chin it went, leaving the hanky no chance. Salty, clear, wet. That's Gazza crying at his very, very best.
Hello.
Hello, Mum.
What's the matter, love?
Mum, it's Steve.
What's happened?
Well, I was going through his pockets and I found a receipt from an off licence. It was for wine. And we don't drink wine.
Oh, darling, you don't mean...
Yes. I think he's being Chancellor of the Exchequer on the side.
Hiya, loves, and welcome to Carlton Television's new Good Sex Guide, the programme that has it away with words. Tonight, we'll be asking our experts these important questions like, does size matter?
Of course it does. If your private bids are too small, you'll never get it. The franchise, that is.
Great. And we'll also want to know which position brings the best results.
One that promises lots of quality programming, of course. With luck, they'll never realise you were faking it.
And we'll be finding out about the big O. Just how many do you expect?
No, at least 9, on the end of our profit figures.
But don't worry, no one's going to be screwed on this programme.
Apart from the viewers, of course.
Yes, it's all here on the Good Sex Guide, or, as the experts call it,
A sort of sexual transmitted big sleaze.
Obituaries. Weekending would like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to that humble plant of the British countryside, purple spurge, which this week became extinct. We never noticed, purple spurge, that you were on extinction's verge. By over-keen collectors pressed, farewell. No flowers. By request.
Monsieur Gamer, we have come to see you to express the anger of the French farmers at the GATT Treaty.
Well, I'm jolly sorry, but I'm totally committed to the treaty. You French farmers really have to give way. There is no other option.
But, Monsieur Gamer, our subsidies will be, how you say, slashed?
Yes, but hold on a minute. You're a woman. How did you get in?
She came in a tractor like the rest of us. Monsieur, we have brought you a millefeuille and some rapeseed tartines. We hope you like them and that they will help you to see our point of view.
Look, I'm sorry, but I can't talk to women farmers. You'll have to go.
Pourquoi, monsieur?
It's just not natural, that's all. It wasn't meant to be.
Surely we have as much rights to farm as the men.
No, madame. I'm a traditionalist. The French farmers' idea was should burn effigies and hurl slabs of concrete and beat up our lorry drivers. I won't talk to women offering cakes.
We've also knitted you a cardigan, monsieur, and some mittens for the winter. Try them on for size.
That's it. You either douse them in petrol and torch them, or I resign from these negotiations forthwith.
In the week that Britain's first comprehensive statistical sex survey is published, Weekending decides not to have a sketch about figures between the sheets, but just to have a quickie.
Princess Diana has launched the new Sign Language Dictionary. It will be serialised on Radio 4 in the new year as part of the BBC's latest commitment to quality broadcasting.
Michael Nyman says he was the obvious choice to compose a ballet about Queen's Park Rangers. He's boring, repetitive, and only a handful of people ever turn up to watch him play.
Thunderbirds are go!
Thunderbirds are all gone, I'm afraid.
Inexcusable for Gow to be excluded from tour! Inexcusable for Gow to be excluded from tour!
Well, here I am outside the famous Grace Gates at Lord's with a group of the so-called MCC rebels. I must say, gentlemen, despite your snappy little slogan, you don't look terribly rebellious.
Well, be that as it may, we are all making a profound, albeit subtle, gesture of defiance.
And what's that?
We're all wearing our MCC underpants back to front and inside out.
Gosh, so you must feel very strongly about this issue.
Absolutely. Omitting David Gow from the winter tour was typical of the backward, petty, small-minded attitudes which are rife amongst today's cricketing establishment.
Well, I'm quite a David Gow fan myself, actually. Any chance of coming along to the meeting to lend my support?
You absurd. You're a woman, for heaven's sake.
News on the march. In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a mighty pleasure dome decree, and so it was that Haddington Hill Hall in the sleepy county of Oxfordshire bore witness to one man's quest, a quest for wealth, opulence, and majesty. For it was here that newspaper magnate Robert Maxwell brought together the treasures of the world, from the mother-of-pearl sculptures to the rivers of crystal glass, all a remarkable testament to what can be achieved by one man and my pension money. But soon the auction hammer will toll the death knell for this collection, and as it sounds out its solemn message, we must ask ourselves, have we seen the last of the great collectors? Rest assured they will always be with us, as long as there is fine art, quality craftsmanship, and gullible bank managers. With complaints against banks at an all-time high, just what is it that the public finds so upsetting?
Would you believe it? I took 20 quid out at cash machine a couple of days ago. Then today, I see they've taken it out of my account. If that's not hidden bank charges, I don't know what is.
The banks gave me a sizable sum to develop these ducks, and now they turn around and tell me it wasn't a gift at all, it was a loan. Where's this the ransom? That's what I want to know.
My house is flooded, see? All because the NatWest is in the middle of the town, see? It should have been by the river. It didn't stop any of the water at all. Now, that's not what I call a bank.
I think we all know what happened. Far too much money was handed out to businesses which just weren't going to last, and now we all have to suffer for it.
So how is your business going to cope, Sir Reginald?
Well, first we're going to hike up bank charges, then we'll repossess some houses, destroy a few small businesses, and rip off third world countries.
Was it a happy childhood, Mr. Tebbit?
Oh, yes. My parents bought me a hamster when I was 6. Lazy little blighter it was, but I soon got it in one of those wheel things, smacked it a few times, and had it running round 24 hours a day. I just couldn't stand to see idleness, you see. It died 2 days later, of course. Then Mum and Dad got me a rat.
Let's have your next choice of record.
Well, it's a toss-up between Maggie May by Rodney Stewart or that lovely Tomorrow Belongs to Me from Cabaret.
Mr. Lamont, is it true that you've been running up huge credit card debt?
Absolutely not. It was simply that...
champagne and cigarettes?
Quite untrue. I never had
You used the taxpayers' money to evict Miss Whiplash from your
Look, I
flat.
made it quite perfectly
What
clear
about the
that
charge
they
that you
laid...
set fire to Windsor Castle?
Ridiculous.
You made romantic phone calls to Princess Di.
Absurd.
That you take your My Little Pony into cabinet
Completely
meetings.
The
preposterous.
Treasury has a coherent policy for beating the recession?
Ludicrous. The Treasury does not and never did have the slightest hint of a strategy for beating the recession. And furthermore, next?
Let's spend a week in the life of Chris Patton, the world's unluckiest colonial governor.
Wednesday, China declares that all Hong Kong's business contracts made between now and 1997 without their consent will become null and void.
Oh, no.
Thursday, the Han Seng goes into freefall, wiping a massive 15 billion Hong Kong dollars off share values.
Oh, no.
Friday, a meteor of 2 kilometers in diameter lands in the South China Sea, creating an enormous tidal wave that floods most of the colony.
No.
Saturday, the entire population of China jumps up and down in unison, generating a massive earthquake, which reduces the city to rubble.
Oh, not again.
Sunday, the mighty Godzilla is awakened from its sub-ocean slumber by the meteor and earthquake and proceeds to trample the remains of Hong Kong into dust.
Oh, shit.
Join us next week when things get really tough for Chris.
What?
Because if you think this week's been bad, remember he's got another 5 years to go. What on earth could that be on a night like this?
It's bucketing down out there.
What's going on?
West Country Water Police. Nobody move.
Aha! Just as we thought, you're both lying in bed, not having a lovely piping hot sudsy bath.
Beg your pardon.
Unwasteful bastards. Come on, in you go.
Separately.
Okay, Wilkins, get the toddler out of his cot to water the garden.
But nothing. Haven't you heard about the hosepipe ban?
What about it? It's banned. Due to this here deluge, every person has a civic duty to use as much water as they can.
Oh, can I get out of the bath yet, please?
That answer your question? Right, now, you get out in that yard and turbojet your car. And you put the kettle on.
Yes, officer. Whatever you say, officer. Yeah, I just don't understand how you managed to find out about our fiendish watery thriftiness.
Simple, old boy. You was tapped.
Oh, bucket of water, officer.
Hello and welcome to Plugging Away. Well, you all know the rules by now. As usual, I'll be asking various reporters from the Sunday Times simply to report a news story without shamelessly plugging their own paper. And we start the show with David Smith. David, can you tell us about the Lamont eviction scandal starting from now?
Norman Lamont last night admitted that the Treasury used more than £4,000 of taxpayers' money to help him meet legal bills. His statement came about in response to a report in early editions of the Sunday Times, which...
No! Oh, unlucky, David. It's not easy when you're up here, is it? Let's see if Robert Lacey can do better on royal taxis. Robert.
It now seems arguable that the most groundbreaking royal author of 1992 has not been Andrew Morton, but Philip Hall, whose book of the royal finances was published in February and, like Morton, serialised in the Sunday Times.
Oh, dear. Well, let's see how a member of the Insight team does on the ease of obtaining details of famous people's bank accounts.
Well, Sunday Times Insight...
Oh, and sadly, that's all we've got time for. Which means that our star prize goes begging for yet another week. Amazing to think that no one's won it since Andrew Neil took over as editor. Goodbye.
Hello?
Hello? Hi, Brucey. Bruce, it's Rosemary here.
All right, my love?
Look, Bruce, I'm going to be late. I've had my Astra stolen.
Vauxhall Astra, what a disaster.
Oh, be sensible, Bruce. I'm really upset. It was brand new. There wasn't a mark on it.
So, no scores on the doors?
Look, Bruce, this isn't the time for bloody catchphrases. What would you say to thieves stealing your car in broad daylight?
Didn't they do well?
Reports are received from a geostationary satellite over China of the only man-made object visible from space, the Great Wall of Silence facing Crisp Patton.
Following a report that a new bank holiday called Trafalgar Day may possibly annoy the French, suggestions are requested for names that would definitely annoy them.
It's revealed that £200 million worth of books are stolen from libraries every year.
Shh, we've been trying to keep that quiet.
1 week after the Green Paper and the BBC debate is in full swing. It started with Peter Brook's bombshell.
The BBC offers an excellent service and should stay largely as it is.
John Burt hit back with a...
The BBC offers an excellent service and should stay largely as it is.
But who would have guessed that Channel 4's Liz Forbes would steam in with a furious...
The BBC should stay largely as it is. It offers an excellent service.
My God, how much harder can it get? Weekending featured David Tate, Sally Grace, Alistair McGowan and Carla Mendonça. The sketches were written by Peter Hill, Andrew Clifford, Nelson David, Barry Atkins, Will Ing and Dan Gaster, Dave Single and Ivan Shakespeare, Ian Pattinson, Andy Riley and Kevin Cecil, Georgia Pritchett, Crispin Belcher, Jim Walton, Michael Dines, Clive Coleman, Aled Evans and Nick Hildred, Jeremy Glover and Simon Goodman, John Holland, Hugh Rycroft, David F. Banks, Ben Moore and Tony Farrer. The producer was Caroline Leddy.
Following the recent BAFTA Awards for TV advertising, we're delighted to announce the first ever Weekending Awards for continuity announcing. In their summing up, our panel of celebrity judges concluded that the announcement you're about to hear was a combination of precision, authority and sheer audacity, and went on to describe it as one of the finest continuity announcements in broadcasting history. Well, sit back, relax and judge for yourself as we listen to the 1992 continuity announcement of the year.
You may like to know that free tickets are now available for Wordly Wise, the Radio 4 quiz show all about words and the English language. Peter Hobday and his celebrity guests will be recording at 7:25 on the 10th and 20th of December at the BBC's Paris studio in central London. For free tickets, please ring 071 927 4965 during office hours. That's 071 927 4965. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, this is Radio 4. It's now 7:10 and time to enter the locker room.